Hello everyone, welcome to Artful Garden Ideas. Today we talk about how to care for an arrowhead plant. Arrowhead plant, also called African Evergreen and Nephthytis, is an easy to care for house plant with few problems. It's perfect for the beginner or black thumb gardener who desire indoor greenery without having to fuss too much over its care. Before I go into detail, here's a quick summary. Arrowhead plants should be planted in well draining aerated soil and kept in humid condition as temperature of 60 Fahrenheit to 85 Fahrenheit. Water frequency but thoroughly once the top inch of soil is dry and fertilized monthly throughout the growing season. The arrowhead plant has a moderate drought tolerance but prefers regularly water application. However, it will forgive you if you miss watering it a couple of times, but for the best growth and performance, regularly irrigation are best during the spring and summer while the plant is actively growing. Water when the top inch of soil is dry to the touch. If you stick your finger in the top inch of soil and it feels dry, it's time to water, which will probably be once weekly. Always irrigate until water starts running out of the bottom drain holes. However, our head plant goes into dormancy. Growth slows during the cold months of winter, which means you won't be watering quite as frequently. However, don't allow the soil to completely dry, so feel it, and if the top inches dry, apply water. You can plant to water approximately every 2 weeks, native to humid regions of South and Central America. And indoor on our head plant requires you to create humidity so they grow properly without problems. Creating a humid environment for the plant is easy as misting the foliage with water 2 to 3 times weekly. Additionally, you can set the container on a stone field tray that catches the irrigation water as well. Misting, don't place the overhead arrowhead plant in a indoor location where the air is especially dry, such as near a heating system or vents. Since overhead arrowhead plant is native to subtropic and tropical environment, it's sensitive to temperature below 50 Fahrenheit 10 degrees centigrade. Even indoor temperatures that are too cold but result in damage or even plant death. For the best growth, maintain indoor temperature in the range of 60 Fahrenheit to 85 Fahrenheit. Houseplant blend diluted to half strength. Apply the fertilizer when you water. You can also use slow release applied in spring. Following packages direction for amounts. Arrowhead plant grows best and with few problems. Grow in a acidic soil rich in organic nutrients but drain well. You can make your own soil mix by mixing equal parts of a chemical potting mix with the pet based medium. Use a potting mix over potting soil, as potting soil is generally to have any retain too much moisture. Overhead plant is very versatile when it comes to its lighting needs and what it tolerates. Plants perform well suited in bright to moderate low light conditions. All of it puts on the best growth when suited in an indoor location, receiving bright lighter when suited indoors in area with very low light. Overhead plants growth in negatively affected plants have technique become strategically foliage lose its color and become lighter and the leaves are pressed further apart. If you notice your overhead plant starting to develop any these symptoms, move to a location that's slightly brighter than the organic. It is best to increase gradually the plant's light exposure so you don't burn the leaves. When grown indoors, overhead plant has a slow growth rate, so you probably won't leave to worry about reporting other than every other year. It is outgrown the present pot. You can split off a section of the plant and reuse the same container with fresh soil and repot the entire overhead plant into a container that is slightly larger. Overhead plants have multiple indoor uses and grow well planted in hanging basket along the stems to aqueduct over the side and regularly post or use the most strict indoor trellis system allowing the steam to crawl upward. Just make sure the container has bottom drain holes so the soil doesn't remain too soggy. Our head plants climbed naturally by way of fire, like aerial roots or from the modest along the system. You may need to guide the developing stem towards and into the most stick of trellis like structure, but after the first rotate take hold, the overhead plant will climb on its own. Overhead plant cutting easily and quickly root in a draining container filled with a rich well-drained potting mix. Cutting by an inch or two, water the soil, keeping it moist but not soggy, and place the cutting in an area with the medium level of light. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video.